Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Erica, the Stitchy one here at Stitchy Reese Pieces, and I am back with an update. Thankfully, the winter storm did not take my power out, so that was wonderful. We still have a very thick sheet of ice outside. I feel like I'm trapped inside. There's no way for me to get up my sloped driveway that is literally just a thick thing of ice. Even my husband's heavy truck was sliding backwards on our driveway this morning, but thankfully he was able to get out to work. But I know my vehicle would not make it out, and the roads out here in the country are still just a solid sheet of ice. So that's fun, especially since in a couple days we're expected to get another like 5 to 8 inches of snow on top of that. This is very unusual for North Carolina. Yeah, usually it melts off. It's been so cold that it's not melting, and it's supposed to get even colder still after this ice. So yeah, I'm hoping I still keep power again after this coming weekend storm, and I hope that's the end of winter here, because I do not like this feeling of being trapped. It's definitely not fun. I am not used to this, having come from Idaho where we have snow but not really like ice storms where we're trapped forever. Anyways, that's my little update on the weather here, and let's get started with everything I've been working on. I've been stuck at home in this storm, so I got a lot of stitching done actually over the weekend when we were having the big storm. So let's see, I did lots of stitching. I have crochet, knitting, lots of cross stitch, and some sewing. So I'll throw this in first because there's just one and it's quick and it's a finish. I finished a little Della Duck. This is a Della Duck crochet pattern, and it is the softest yarn. It's like Alize or Elise, I don't know how to pronounce it, plush yarn. It comes from like Istanbul, I think, and oh my gosh, so soft. So I finished a little duck, and that was fun. I did finally get some sewing done after my husband had been sick and in the other room, and my whole area was like quarantined. I didn't want to come up here just because I was avoiding upstairs where he was, but I got back to sewing. I made a couple bags last week, and then this week I was able to make a few more. These couple things sold already, so I don't have them to show you, but I did sew another knitting needle case, so for interchangeable knitting needles. I sewed that this week. I sewed a zip around knitting needle case. So that's fun. And then I was able to sew a few bags. These are the ones that I have left. These are not the deluxe. These are just a basic bag for projects. But look at this fun shiny fabric. I thought it was so cute with the dragons. And the back is just black. And then this one. I just love this farm print. I think it's so cute with this like very, it's actually coming up a little more orangey brown, but it's like a brown faux leather on the back. So that was the sewing I got to, and I did some knitting. I'll save the knitting for the end. But let's get into the cross stitching. Here is the first one is just a measly little thing. I put like 2 strands into here, but I will show you anyways, like I always do. This is a Gold Dimensions winter cabin, and I originally had started it on the kit ingredients, the kit materials. I had started in the middle. I screwed up, and I decided I wanted to try this on, like with my new strategy of just doing 2/1 fully. So this was the original. It came on this blue fabric. So we'll see. When I looked, I don't think I saw too much bare fabric, but I figured I could just stitch it in if I needed to if there's bare spaces in the chart, I'll just make it blue. I don't know. But I restarted it on 25 count, and I started up in this corner, so on the trees. And I'm just doing 2/1 tent stitch with the rest of them, with their cloths, their threads. And I've gotten to the roof of the house over here. I showed that last time, but this time I filled in the yellow. And so far, I really like it. It's going faster, and I'd much rather pull this out than pulling out and having to do like 4 strands here, 2 strands here. So I don't know how it will look in the end because Dimensions does so many like half crosses, full crosses, 3 strands, 2 strands. I don't know. I'm not I'm not so terribly concerned. And if it doesn't look as spectacular as it would have had I done it their way, but it still looks pretty good, I'm fine with it. Like, there's still going to be back stitching, which should be interesting on that small count, but I don't know. I'm willing to experiment. I have a lot of projects, and it doesn't bother me to experiment. I think the fun in it, the fun for cross stitch for me is seeing the picture come alive and the, like, just the feel of it. I just like the process of it. While I do like the finished products, and I do want those too, I want to enjoy it. If I don't enjoy it and I don't want to pull it out, I'm never going to work on it anyway. So, I feel like I might as well. Which I feel like I had another one that I did not bring out. But maybe not. I feel like I worked on this one. No, I'm forgetting I'm forgetting things now because I'm filming too frequently. Like, did I show that one already? And thinking I didn't show it, which is the opposite problem I had when I was filming like once a month, and then I was like, I don't remember what I worked on. I just never gonna get it right. Oh well. Okay, I worked on that one. This one I worked on as well. This is Artisty God Shed His Grace by Abraham Hunter. Oh, just love this. Started in the middle, went up here, came down, and now I've filled in quite a bit here. And this last time I just worked, I put, I don't know, hundreds of stitches into the clouds. And filled in also some spare areas, like where there was just threads missing, so you won't be able to tell a big difference in there. Excuse me. I'm so sick of having allergies. I need to sign up for allergy shots. I'm glad I haven't now because I can't get out of my driveway. Anyways, I filled in like a decent amount of the clouds in there. So I'm just still trying to kind of keep this one out and have myself keep working on it here and there because I do want a full coverage finish eventually. And that one wouldn't be terrible. Wouldn't be too much to try to do soon. This one I think is the only one left of my 4-strand test that I did when I first found full coverage. I got 18 count and I was doing it originally I was doing it 2/1 full cross. Then I found out there was something called 10 stitch and I switched to 10 stitch, but I was doing 4 strands. This is the only one that's left of that, I believe, because I do not like it. Hope Runs Deep by Chuck Pinson on Artisty. I've started in the top, worked my way down. This last time I filled in confetti on the trees, confetti on the house. Yeah. This one I love. I would pull it out. I'd probably have it finished if it wasn't 4 strands. But because it's 4 strands, I just don't like doing it. I don't like the process of it as much, and so I only do a little bit at a time. But it is over 25% now. I think it's at like 27% done or something. And I really think it's just beautiful, and I need to keep going. It's just not enjoyable to do 4 strands. So, a little bit at a time, it'll get done. But yes, I filled in quite a few stitches in there. I definitely did a bunch of snow on this roof, and then randomness. Actually, I filled in, I was in a fill in the random spots mood, so it's looking really good. And as always, like when you show it to the camera, then you're like, ooh. And then I think, I need to work on that again. So maybe I'll pull it out again. Let's see, I don't want to lose this needle. Okay. So, work on that one. I still have a bunch of snow projects here, even though I'm sick of snow in real life. I do not like it. But I still love the look of the pictures. Okay, this one was a call on Battlewips. So, yeah, Battlewips. I've had questions about that, and I think I'm going to make like a little short video or a little something with information on how to play it, but it's very simple. You play it like you would regular Battleship. You assign a project to a 4 boat, a 5 boat, 2 threes, and a 2 boat. So if it gets called, you do 100 stitches. If you get hit, you do 100 stitches on whatever project that boat has. And if it sinks, you do 100 times however many the boat is. If the boat is a 5 ship, you do 500. If it's a 4 ship, you would do 400. So you're just getting extra stitches into the projects that you assign to that ship. And we've been playing it where the person who hits you gets to choose which project you put those extra stitches in, but you could just do it in the project that you assigned to your boat as well. Either way, I will put a link to the game board below, because I made a game board. There's one where it's like just you and another opponent, and then I made another game board where you can do multiple opponents, so if you want to do that with your friends. I will link it below, and then I will try to make like a little video showing you the board and more descriptions. Anyways, where is this? This is not the picture. I don't know where the picture is. Anyways, this boat got hit, I think, by Rainy. So, Rainy Day Reads and Crafts. I think it's Rainy Day. Is it just Rainy Reads and Crafts or Rainy Day? I don't know. I never remember these channel names. Sorry. Okay, but Rainy hit me, and she hit my Lavender and Lace Christmas tree. Or maybe it was Lacey from a Sleepy Stitcher. I don't know. Lacey from a Sleepy Stitcher, Rainy, and Alicia at Adventures of Stitching, we're the ones playing, and myself. So we are playing a new round, and they hit me on this. This pattern is super hard, but I found a pattern, like it's so hard on the eyes with the paper pattern, but I found a pattern to get into Pattern Keeper. It is such a night and day difference. I am so happy to be able to do that because I was able to go so much faster. So I got over 100 stitches in. This fabric, I don't know what this is. It's some kind of even weave. I think it's Lugana. I don't know if it's like a mushroom, but either way. I'm right in the middle of the Christmas tree. And yeah, it's just kind of chaos of greens and browns. There's like 3 or 4 different colors of green and brown in there. But I added quite a bit because I hadn't pulled this out for a long time, so I'm really excited to actually work on this one now. I love the finished image, and I am so glad that I can now work on it way faster. So that one will get worked on again because they've hit that ship, and because I want to work on it again. That one I did. Let's see. Which one do I want to do next? Okay. I pulled out this kit because I was feeling springy. And I didn't get too far. I think I got called away and I had to do something. But I did work on it a little bit. This is Luca S. The Bird Summer. I love the colors in this one. This flower, like I've worked up here and there's just little blobs of stuff in this flower still that needs filled in. There's so many color changes in this. Like each one has so many colors. And so I just filled in, I don't know, a couple different pinks throughout here. And there's still a few gaps, but it's coming along. It's so pretty. I really do want this one done. This I was able to get Luca S. to send me the PDF, so I was able to get this into Pattern Keeper as well. So that's nice. I have my kids coming in. They were outside playing in the ice, so hopefully they're quiet. Okay, so I worked on that one a little bit. Then I pulled out Cottage Evening Sunset by Dominic Davison and Artisty, and originally when I started this one I was going to do like Extreme Cross Country, and I was going to do all the black. And I did that for most of the page, and then I got bored and was like, I'll just fill in. So I started filling stuff in. But this time, when I pulled it back out, I was like, I should go back to that Extreme Cross Country again. And so when I pulled it back out, I filled in black from the trees, or whatever this is, from the cabin. And then I got bored with black again and went back in with other colors. So, yeah, I filled in more from the house and the trees back there. This one would be a pretty good one, I think, to do like the extreme cross country, and I don't mind it for a while. Like I put like I don't know 300 or 400 stitches of black in here, but then I just wanted to see more of the picture come alive. This is on 20 count 2/1 tent, so all my cross stitch, all my full coverage are 2/1 tent at this point, but they vary on the size of fabric. Then, where'd the other picture go? This one got hit on one of our Battlewips games. This is Countryside Christmas by Rosemary Berlin. The stitch is so beautiful. And I think I told you last week, I'm pretty sure, that, yeah, I did, that my pattern keeper got all screwed up, and I ended up having to restart this because there was lines going through it. It got overlapped, so that was a big bummer. But I worked on it some more. So this is 20 count 2/1 tent. I don't think I told you in the last one, I did end up cropping. I cropped off kind of some of the border and this side. This is the side I originally worked on, and I was just so mad that I had to restart it that I kind of cropped off over here. So I actually am kind of closer to this house here because I took like one box around the whole edge. I love the colors in this one, just like that other one I just showed you. And what's funny is I pulled another project out to work on, the Pleasures of Winter I think it is, and I was looking at them, and I mean, if I have a style or a type, I was looking at these like, oh wow, I'm basically stitching the same thing twice. So I worked on both of these this week, and I thought that was pretty funny. So then I was like, you know what, these are both essentially the same picture, like the house, the red barn in the back, the horses on a sleigh in the snow. They're like essentially the same image but a different style. And I love them both. So that's funny. So this one is 2/1 on tent stitch on 20 count, and this one is, I believe, a 22 count. Yeah, this is a 22 count hardanger 2/1 tent stitch. So I added some more of the trees and stuff in here. And then I got sick of doing pink purple trees, and I moved on. But yeah, I think that's funny. Okay, next up, this was another one that was called I don't know where to go. Oh, this is one I had to put stitches into on my ship because it sank. So Alicia told me to do a spring pattern, and which one is this? This has two patterns in it. This is from My Brave Stitch on Etsy. The one I'm doing is Summer Street. Yeah, this one. Summer Street. I have finished the fall version of this and a Christmas Street version of this. And so now I'm on this summer one, and I think it's so pretty. I have screwed up something on the side. One moment. Sorry, my kids came in and needed me. Okay, so yeah, I screwed up something. I don't know which side it's on. I think somewhere over here. And so I ignored that side and worked on the other. Which side is it? No, this side. So I worked over here in this side and added a lot of white to the sky. This is on 22 count hardanger as well. Yeah, her patterns are so easy because they're like blocky but not too blocky. I mean, they still have, they're just beautiful, and they're fast because of the blockiness, I guess. And while it is full coverage, it's small, so I'm able to finish these fairly quickly. I mean, I got the other two done, I think, last year, so I really like those patterns. And I should show you, this one has a set of two, so the other one is kind of like a little bistro thing on the street or something. I don't know. They're cute, and I'm going to do both of them. So I worked on that one. And I wanted to pull this one out. I just had the urge to pull it out. And I did a little bit, just fill in here and there. I didn't do a ton. I think I did like 2 or 3 strands. But this is Grandpa's Farm by Artisy. Again, Abraham Hunter. He's my favorite. Excuse me. I started over here, and I think I filled in some of the roof and just the sky. So let's see, this is on 20 count, 2/1 tent. I feel like it's fun to see them side by side. So yes, so pretty, really like it. And it's a fall one, so not really the time of year, but I like stitching kind of like a season ahead generally. That's just what I naturally go to, but I'm not opposed to stitching whatever, whenever, however. Okay, then this one got hit on our new game. This is Christmas Eve by Luca S. And so pretty, all the snow. I don't want to be in the snow, but I love to look at it. I finished this page, I was over here, I worked some white, basically a bunch of white. Bunch of white here, and I don't know, a little bit over there. Excuse me. Let's see, this is still in the hoop because it's going to get cold again, so I'm not going to take it out, but yeah, there's like a bunch of snow on this roof is basically what I filled in. And then I came down and did a little bit more on the house. It's so pretty. This is just on the kit fabric, which I think is a, what is this, 18 count? Yeah, an 18 count Ada. I love the colors. And yeah, I love that one. I love them all. Sorry for the crinkly. I'm going to lose stuff if I don't get it put away. Okay. And the final two were my big full covers that I cannot put down for whatever reason. This is the mood I'm in, and I just keep picking up these two over and over again. So, the first one is Heaven and Earth Designs, this All Seasons Flower Shop by Lars Stewart. Every time I see this picture, I just love it and I want to pick it up. Then I pick it up, and I'm over in this window, which is a bunch of white. So, it's not really my favorite. I want to get over here to this like teal. You can't tell from the printout, but it's kind of like a minty teal. I want those colors, and I want to get down to these flowers, but right now I'm up here. I have a feeling this is going to be confetti heavy, but that's okay. I'm learning to live with confetti. I did have to crop off a little bit to fit it on my fabric that I had. This is 25 count, and it's 2/1 tent stitch. Again, I'm starting to like park some threads without needles, park some with needles where I'm going to next, and then still kind of do wherever thread goes as well. Just kind of depends on how the coloring is going. This is like my experiment piece. I started with Royal Rose, trying that. I started with diagonals, and then I kind of did a mix of whatever. But I filled in a lot of this since last week. Well, there's like a ton of white in here and here. And then where that, what is it? It's like the window crossing there. So I think I'm getting close to some flowers again, maybe down there. I don't, like when I just look at this, I'm like, there's just like this brown spot. You know, it's nothing super inspiring for me to pick up. But just when I see this picture, I'm like, okay, let's get some more, because I love just seeing it come to life. So I've been working on that a lot. But this one has really had my attention the most. For whatever reason, lately, I just want to keep going because I want to see this picture come out. This is Charting Creations, A Christmas Shop by Roy Trower. I have been obsessed with this. I love it so much. I originally started it on 22 count Hardanger over here. I messed up and I said I'm restarting this. Now it's on 25 count. I've started up in this corner. I have reached the sleigh over here. And I have, last night I filled in these random wooden duck heads. I don't really know why there's wooden duck heads, but I've done that. And I'm just starting to see some of these pink, this like purpley pink come out for this. And I've gotten this door right here. So I'm really close to getting her head. I'm hoping I can get to her this next week. But it looks so good. This is my favorite pattern right now. So I've got the weird wooden duck heads. If this is like so thick, I don't care how thick or whatever things are. It's just I'm not used to, I don't usually fill it in all the way like I've been doing this one. And I carry my thread all over because I really just don't care. I'm not going to show you the back, but yeah, so it's like super thick, especially in this garland area. But yeah, here's the door, and we're getting some of that purple from the sign, and then I feel like she's going to pop in somewhere around here. So I'm hoping to get to her. Oh, I love this pattern. This is what I will be doing later today. Oh, did you see the back? Look at that back. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to work on this later today. But now that I am basically done up here, I've got to go do homeschooling first. School. And then I get to work. So, 2 more things I will show you real quick. I worked on my fern sweater, which I don't have a picture of it, but oh well. This is Stitch Please yarn from Premier Yarns, and I really love it. This is like blueberry pie. It says it's a superwash extra fine merino. It's like so squishy. Really like it. So this is the one that I was working on this week, and I got to the sleeve. Let's see if I can show you very well. Here's where it kind of comes down past the sleeve. But so I got to split for sleeves on there. I'm hoping it'll fit me. I haven't tried it on. I should, but that's too much work. Let's see. Do I have... I wonder if I put a paper behind it, if you can see the pattern. Probably not. Well, sort of. Let's see. Kind of, but not great. Anyways, there's like this lace... excuse me. This lace pattern that goes throughout. And it's a pretty easy, like, three row repeat. And yeah, so now I'm just going around the body, continuing to do that repeat until I get long enough, and then I can come back and do the sleeves. This one calls for a fold over turtleneck, but I did like a mock neck instead. And yeah, I really like the color. I like blue, obviously. And so yeah, I worked on that one. And sorry, don't know what's going on here. The last thing I did was I started my Christmas gift yarn socks. These are Beach Bum yarn. This is Beach Bum yarn Northern Lights, and it's Santa Cruz sock, merino, and nylon. And I love it. So I might have shown you last time that I started the cuff. I think I probably did. But I got into the sock now. So the cuff, heel, and toe are going to be in this color from Knit Picks. And this is the Northern Lights yarn, which I love. I'm going to keep it not too far out here because I'm getting tangles. But this is how it's coming together. And I think it's so fun. I really love this yarn. I love hand-dyed yarn, but I don't have the funds really to be able to pay that for a pair of socks for yarn. So when I got it for Christmas, I was very excited. This is a really thin, like thinner than some sock yarn as well, so it's very thin, but I like it. This is on 1-inch magic loop. Usually I do 0, not 1 inch, size 1. I usually use size 0 because I like them like really tight, but this works. This is just a basic vanilla sock. So, I worked on that as well, and that was fun. But most of my attention has been given to that Christmas shop because I love it so much. So, that is my update for today. Thank you for joining me on another wild adventure here. I hope to be back next week if I still have power, which I think hopefully I will. This storm is supposed to be snow and not ice. And then, yeah. I'm imagining my stitching will slow down here as I get more, hopefully, into spring. We get past February. I'm thinking it'll slow down, but man, I've been stitching like crazy lately, so I've had enough to update you every week, so I will probably be back again next week. And so yeah, until then, happy stitching. Hope you had fun watching and got some stitching done, and have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.